What is going on, my super sandwiches? Rhymestyle here. Today I'm joined by Nana for some Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle discussion, and today is it's a very interesting topic. So in the past couple weeks, well, really in the last year or so, we've been talking about this as a community. Some of the things that Dokkan Battle needs, and right now more than ever,
more Dokkan Fests,
more LR. No, none of that. Well, we need LR Vegeta Blue, which, by the way, can we talk about that for a second? Where is he?
So here's the deal. Hear me out. I fully believe that they didn't want to waste the assets. I'm sure they had the numbers somewhere that told them an idea of who was going to win that, right? Looking at who all summoned on what. But I doubt they wanted to waste the assets building out a character before they knew who was going to win. And so they probably just started development on him as soon as he won. And I don't think we fully realized how long these probably have to go through developing, testing, and everything else before we see him. We just think it's a reskin and done. But I bet it's a little bit more than that.
Well, I can confirm that the licensing process is the longest part. And essentially what happens is when they, in Japan, every single company in Japan, they honor licensing like crazy, and it's like wild over there. The second they decide they're going to work on something, they license it first, and once everything is cleared, all the paperwork is done, then they begin working on XYZ. So it's weird, whereas down here, you would just kind of work on something, and then once the license is cleared, you kind of at the same time you release the product. But over there, it's just different, and I just assume the licensing is the part that's been taking up the longest time, but that's beside the point. The theory I had is I bet you they thought that Trunks was going to win, so they kind of built Trunks to prepare for that, and then Trunks didn't win at all, so they just released him. Because, that was still pretty random to get him.
Or that, yes. Or that. Or you are correct with that.
Yeah, well, Trunks is one of the most popular characters in the Dragon Ball series in, the longest. That's why they brought him back for Dragon Ball Super, and with how exciting Dragon Ball Super was, it was, the perfect time to bring back the original future Trunks that we grew up under. So, I don't know. That's just the theory. I don't want to, really, toss it out to make people think that that's actually what happened, but who knows? We're all just kind of waiting. I assume in the next month or so, maybe. And if we don't get it in the next month or so, then it's like, okay, what is going on? Beside the point. No, that's not what we're going to talk about.
I was going to say, we've been talking about this for a long time, and I don't remember that this was the thing we were going to talk about, Rhyme. We were going to talk about something completely different.
Dude, multiplayer. Multiplayer is something that this game needs really, really badly. And before you start typing, stop it. Put your fingers away before you start typing.
But I was already typing.
It's not supposed to work the way you think it's going to work, obviously. If they come down to a multiplayer system, that's going to be on them to develop it. The main reason why I guess multiplayer has been such a hot topic in the last couple weeks or so is mainly because Naruto Blazing got it right. Yo, I don't play Naruto Blazing, but I watch Afro's videos, and that looks a lot of fun.
Yes, it really does.
Have you actually seen videos on it?
Yeah, no, I've watched Afro's videos, and I was like, that actually makes me
want
to play it. Yes,
yeah,
100%.
Now, the biggest biggest question that I saw, in the community as far as multiplayer tools, how would it work? Do you just pop bubbles back and forth? I mean, I don't know. That's not for us to figure out, but I am sure as hell can tell you that it wouldn't work anything like how it works now.
No,
it's not gonna be a matter of it's not gonna be a matter of fact where it's like, hey, me versus Nano, I got my LRs, and then you have your LRs now, which is weird to say that. And it's like we're one-shotting each other. That's not how it works.
It's so weird. Yeah, no, it's not going to be that because there's totally going to be. We're literally trying to build out a multiplayer system right now by talking about this, but it's totally going to be something where there are absolutely restrictions. So maybe no LRs. There's going to be something where
not even that. It's just restrictions in far how the mechanics work. Like whether it be a turn-based system. Or maybe they could even take a page out of Dragon Ball Fusion's book, which is basically what Naruto Blazing is. Naruto Blazing kind of, I don't want to say they borrowed from it, but they have a similar system where it has the little bar on the bottom, which when it fills up, or when you move to the end, that's when it's your turn to attack and stuff like that. So there's many ways they can go about it. On top of that, we've seen them, change up the game before when they introduced something like Battlefield, which we're not going to talk about. Battlefield missed me with Battlefield, to be honest. Battlefield was fun the first time it came out. I'm going to tell you right now. If you go watch my videos originally, I enjoyed Battlefield when it first came out. When I stopped enjoying it is when I realized, oh, this is a grind. 400,000 orbs? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I'm good. Yeah. Because you need about 400,000 orbs to get LR Ginyu, which is kind of like why Battlefield was built. But outside that, Battlefield was fun for what it was for a week. Which now scares you. Now that I think about it, it's like if they do a multiplayer and they don't do it right, that could also be a huge factor in hurting the game more than it actually helps. So I don't know. I mean, the thing about the game right now, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, but hear me out on this. I know how much we don't like Battlefield. we pretty well expressed that plenty of times. I didn't even make content on it when it came back the last time a few months ago. If that tells you anything about how I feel about that, but that does show us that they can use our cards, the money we've spent on this game, and bring a whole new way of playing the game into the game. So, like, what we were basically getting at was it doesn't have to be these bubble popping things. It can be some. It can almost be literally Naruto with our Dragon Ball characters.
It could. In fact, in the comment section below, I would ask you guys: do you have a concept that you think would work as far as multiplayer for this game? Feel free to let us know down below. But the thing that I want to point out is a lot of times in the past couple weeks that the thing that I saw in a small quantity, I want to say small quantity because at this point, almost everybody that plays Dokkan wants multiplayer. There were a couple here and there who would just be like, well, it wouldn't work. It's like, well, what makes you think it wouldn't work? Because it's not up to us to figure out how this will work. It's up to them. They're the developers here. They're supposed to build out a system that, you know, is going to run in the long run. And the thing that's going to hurt Dokkan right now is that it's gotten to the point where it's literally a one-shot contest, which is funny for us to say that because we have all the cards, and clearly for us it's a one-shot contest. But even if you happen to pull that one card, you're never going to hurt in terms of like beating these events. Like, for example, Cooler just came out in the global version of the game, which is what most of you guys actually probably play. And once you have the right Cooler team, you will never have a problem with any of those events, even like the type advantage ones. Because like Cooler's amazing, and the way that the optimal Cooler team runs, it's like you're constantly healing, you're constantly tanking, you're constantly blowing these events up left and right. So it's like, what's the point? Like, where is the fun factor again? And like one of the main reasons why I started thinking about this so heavily today is earlier today, well, yesterday. Today is when I'm recording a video from yesterday. Yesterday I did a video where I randomized my team completely. Lucky for me, I got some pretty good cards, but still, like, going into the Ultimate Gohan event without the knowledge of knowing if I can beat her or not was exciting. And it reminded me, like, when the game first... Nano, do you remember the first time you beat Broly? Like, the original Broly? Like, the original...
Oh, yeah. Are you kidding me? Well, for one, I wasn't quite the well I am today, you know what I'm saying? And I actually had to take, like... I say this all the time in videos, but I had to take Bobby for a stunner. No. Actually, I know exactly what I'm thinking about. I actually beat Tech Perfect Cell's event before I beat Broly's. Because I wasn't even remotely ready for Broly's. And Tech Perfect Cell's event was really difficult. I remember taking in, like, actual awakened SRs, Bobbity, Android 16, King Vegeta, stuff like that for tanking. Yes, I remember that. It was kind of amazing. I don't know, it's a little intense taking, like, 20 minutes to beat an event, but at the same time, that's kind of what it's supposed to do anyway.
But how did you feel after you won?
Oh, amazing. Are you kidding me? It was like this huge accomplishment,
dude,
of a thing to be like, man. And then when you got all the medals you needed, so Dokkan Awaken that character, you're like, yes.
Yeah, and like the team building aspect of this game is a lot of fun. And it's fun to just test out the variety of teams and go into these events and seeing like what it's like to take them on. But now it's like it's literally a one-shot fest. Like, you don't even need to have all the best cards. All you need is like, all you literally need is like one of the newer cards, and bam, you're set. Even the Ultimate Gohan, which is probably more amongst the weaker of the newer cards, still hits for a million, and that still is like
weaker in quotations.
Quotations.
Because he still hits really hard, but his main thing is that he tanks like a freaking boss.
Yeah, so, and on top of his crazy leader ability, which is freaking nuts.
Yeah,
170%. Yeah, 170% defense, and then like 130% attack. Yeah, this is where we are right now. So it's like, Bandai, where are you gonna go? Are you gonna go in the direction where you're gonna make all the events gimmicky, where it's like almost impossible to beat with other teams, or are you gonna focus on something that has better longevity? Because like if you introduce multiplayer, because then it's down to the players. Because like you can only play a single player game so much, you know. Let's call these DLC expansions. You can only play a DLC expansion so long before you get like tired of it. But like if you have multiplayer, you never get tired of it. It's like, how often do you guys still play Budokai 3 with your friends, Tenkaichi 3 with your friends, Raging Blast, Xenoverse, which I technically play still. How often do you play those games because of multiplayer? Point proven. Now again, the big question is how exactly will multiplayer work? And again, that's not for us to figure out, because like the first thing we think about is just popping bubbles and then kind of the same setup, but it's not. That's not how it's gonna work out. The game's not built that way. For multiplayer to be introduced into Dokkan, they would have to completely restructure the gameplay mechanics, like they did with something like Battlefield. Not to say that multiplayer will be like Battlefield, but again, look at Naruto Blazing. They did a really good job, and I hope that every single gacha game around learns from Naruto Blazing. Even raids, they can introduce raids right now. Because I feel like raids, you can do the pop and bubbles thing still, technically. Just what's
yeah, no, totally. So something that, and hear me out on this again. I don't know why I like to go to Blizzard games whenever we do these discussions, but Hearthstone built in this system to where you can fight this one central boss but you both played the exact same way that you would if you were fighting each other, but you were targeting a boss instead together. And I don't think that would be that difficult for Dokkan to do at all.
And the thing about raids, if they introduce raids, that could also be super free-to-play friendly, because then it's like, as long as you keep taking down bosses, so you can do it in tiers. As long as you take out bosses, they give out free stones. Like, there's so much you can do with that will make the entire fan base happy. But instead, they're focusing on these teams that just basically one-shot stuff left or right, which, I mean, it is what it is. Like,
Dokkan Fests.
Yeah, Dokkan Fest. No, there's another Dokkan Fest. How much you want to bet we'll get another Dokkan Fest in a week?
Oh, dude, yeah. Are you kidding? Yeah, when Gohan's gone, a week from now, whenever this is, we will have a new Dokkan Fest.
Oh my gosh! I remember when we used to get Dokkan Fest once a month, and then it turned into like twice a month, and it's like, bruh, like, chill.
I mean, but to be fair, we say this, we will still summon for the cards.
Yeah, I mean, we're knuckleheads that are just addicted to the game, and it's like, yeah, but still, like, even though we are the knuckleheads that will keep summoning, we want more. We want the aspect of the gameplay to improve by having something like multiplayer, having something like raids, focus on the free-to-play stuff. We talked about this. I mentioned this in the last video where we had like a little rant discussion thing. They need to bring back the 20 stones per day thing, because that does not hurt pay-to-play players. That only improves their free-to-play player quality. And in fact, the more free-to-play you are, you might turn to pay-to-play players. So it's like a win-win situation. So I don't know why they won't just return the 20 stones a day thing, because like that would only make everybody happy. But again, I'm not going to discuss that because I don't really know. I mean, I can't speak for the company. What I can speak for is us. And we want multiplayer. We want raids. We want more to the game instead of just freaking Dokkan Fest left and right. So I guess in the comment section below, let us know your thoughts on the idea of multiplayer and raids and just the future of different modes in the game that you could think about down below. Nano, is there anything else?
I think we pretty well hit everything I had that I wanted to talk about.
Except the fact that you got some LRs, this guy, breaking the memes. You're just one LR away.
Nanogenics, breaker of memes.
Yeah, breaker of
father
memes.
of LRs, almost.
I feel like you need to jump into the category banner one more time and see if you can walk away with Majida.
I'm totally going in. One more time.
One more.
Before you say it, I know I've expended all my luck, but I just want to try it one more time.
I mean, I pulled 2 in a week, so...
No, I know.
Anyways, in the comment section below, let us know your thoughts on the future of different modes, multiplayer, yada, yada, yada. If you have any ideas yourself that you think could work, that you've seen in other games, feel free to discuss away as well. But other than that, the second we find out any information in regards to what they're working on, we'll let you guys know. So for now, all we can really just do is just cross our fingers and yell into these microphones and megaphones and whatever else you have, Reddit posts and Twitter, until the company that makes this game hears us, which I know they can hear us, and again, hope that happens. So, yeah. As with that said, let me know your thoughts on everything we discussed down below. And of course, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to like and a comment. A lot of good stuff. Check out Nano. We hope you enjoyed today. We'll see you guys in the comment section below. Peace.